The latest numbers released by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration shows that in 2020 there were 11,654 deaths nationwide from drunk driving wrecks, and as NBC 10's Hunter Elise reports, victims continue to spread awareness daily in hopes to lower those numbers each year.
In the most recent report by the NHTSA, nearly 561 people in the Arklamas died in an alcohol-impaired driving incident in 2020. Breaking those numbers down, Louisiana had 233 fatal crashes, Arkansas 166, and Mississippi 162. I spoke to a man who could have been one of those statistics, but is now sharing his story in hopes that others will have better judgment.
On October 23rd, 1996, I was in a wreck caused by drinking and driving. Both of my friends lost their lives. I ended up spending 22 months in the hospital and ultimately lost both of my legs.
William Baldridge was 22 years old when a decision one night after work in Winsboro would impact him forever.
After we hit the ditch, we ramped and flew several feet, and then we hit a tree while we were in the air, and none of us were wearing our seat belts.
Baldridge says when the car hit the tree, he landed on top of his left leg, breaking it.
I remember trying to get to my friends and help them. I put my hand down beside me to push myself up. Because my wrist was broken, I kind of fell into my friend who was sitting beside me. His head turned towards me and he kind of moaned out, and that was my friend's last breath. Every time that I closed my eyes to go to sleep, that kind of haunted me.
3 friends whose lives turned upside down in a second. While many drunk driving incidents impact the driver or those in the vehicle, a decision to drive while drunk also impacts parents like Paula Zachary, who lost her son when he was 19 years old and had a blood alcohol count of 0.19.
There's 2 state police in our front yard. He gave me the paper and he says, "Ms. Zachary, I'm sorry to inform you that your son Brandon was killed this morning." It's like your worst nightmare.
Through drunk driving incidents, people like William and Paula are now speaking out and bringing awareness to driving while under the influence.
Every day that I get up, I'm reminded of that one decision that I made. It's not easy for me. I still have to be in a wheelchair a lot of the times.
I miss Brandon terribly, but I do know of several that by telling Brandon's story has made a huge difference in their life, and that is huge for me. Even just thinking about it right now, I'm like tearing up.
While advocates share their personal stories in hopes to lower the number of drunk driving deaths, Louisiana State Police hosts programs like the Sudden Impact class, where they have students wear these goggles to mimic what it would be like driving while under the influence.
On average, the normal person that drives while intoxicated drives 80 times before they're actually caught. So due to that, a lot of people think, hey, I've done this so many times, it'll never happen to me, until it does.
Nonprofit group Mothers Against Drunk Driving is a national organization that also aims at bringing awareness to driving under the influence.
We have many programs. The VIP stands for Victim Impact Panel. It is a restorative program that we put in place to not judge offenders, but to shine a light on what can happen and looking at the long-lasting effects of what drinking while driving or driving while under the influence can do to those involved.
Reporting for your Arklamas news source, I'm Hunter Elise.